Okay. I noticed it like 5 minutes ago when we talked to the guy, and I didn't know. Oh my God. I've been checking the coolant. I can't move.
No.
I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
Do you think you could help me get out of the road? Because we're not sure. He's never towed anything with this.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna push. I think it's easy enough. So we'll close the hood, put it in neutral, and then you just kind of steer for that spot off the side there.
Okay. We're in neutral. $100. So you said if I can get down to the road and then I can use this to then get the rest of the way?
No, I was thinking, yeah, I'm not sure how this would work because a lot of towing companies don't tow on dirt for free. So like if you had AAA, they don't tow on dirt. So you'd have to get off the dirt in order for AAA to tow.
But I don't have AAA.
I know. So this would just be probably, yeah, it's a tricky one. So you'd have to see how much it would be to tow you to the road, see how much that would cost versus taking you all the way down to like a shop.
It's the next day, and I've talked to a few different people, including my dad and a mechanic and some friends this morning. So basically what I did was just turned on the van and to see if the fan was moving, and the fan is moving. So it starts up the engine.
Wait, let's explain this. Hold on. That me, Mr. I don't know anything about anything, decided to put my hand into the fan area and almost sliced my finger off.
So he's really good.
You want me as your mechanic? Okay.
Yeah. So we like to really compound bad situations. We can't get enough of them. So I was told to just see at least if the fan works, and it does. It starts off. The engine actually sounds okay. Sounds pretty normal. So now I'm going to fill it up with water and see if we can nurse this baby back.
Fix it with pixie dust.
So, as I was saying before the battery died in the camera, now I'm at the point where, based off of what some people have told me, I'm going to fill it up with some water and then see how the van does. I'll probably try and turn it around because we need to actually be going the other way. But before that, before I move the van, I will see if we can see if there's any water spewing down underneath on the ground to see where it's coming from, and just, yeah, kind of troubleshoot the situation. The towing companies are, one company doesn't have tow trucks, and even though it says it does, another company won't answer their phone, so I left a message, and the third company is 3 hours out, and she says my van is so heavy that they would have to bring a flatbed, bigger truck, and that truck doesn't leave pavement. So I'm kind of at a catch-22 that I have to get down to the pavement no matter what. The other option is to wait for somebody to come by and see if they'd be willing to tow me down the hill. I'm feeling stressed out, but capable, feeling pretty good that we can do this. Kyle is having a little bit more hesitation with what we're capable of, but I don't think it's gonna be horrible. If we have to wait till Monday, to get a tow, I'm totally fine with that. We were planning on hanging out here for a while. Moab on the weekend is crazy anyways, so.
I was surprised the thing didn't break multiple times. And it's funny, like in my van now, we were looking at the back and it seems like I had 2 towing hitch things on there, but looks like one got ripped off. So I bought a newer van, but it was used, and it took some abuse because it was a hauler before I got it, so God only knows what's really happened to it. But I got out here, so that's something.
Yeah, his van's doing good, and unfortunately his van can't tow mine. It doesn't have the ability to do it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna turn into a dusty old skeleton out here. We'll get somewhere.
At least it's nice and quiet with a great pretty view.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous view out here. I will say that. We're having a good time out here. The weather's nice. It did get freaking cold last night, but literally that was camp. I broke down where the dark spot in the road is. That's my coolant and radiator.
She broke down 20 feet from camp.
Yeah, so there, I was broke down there. There's camp.
Ah!
Yeah, and I was in the middle of the road and some people came by, and yeah, you guys saw. They were pretty helpful, so that's why I'm feeling pretty good about it, and so many people have reached out to help me, so I'm not scared that I will be stuck here forever.
Is that any better? Oh yeah, it's a lot better.
So,
Well,
now,
as they say in Moab, just send it, right?
So as you saw in the last footage that I was able to turn the van around, and I've checked it. It's been a few hours later and it's not showing leaking. So I'm guessing that it leaks while I'm driving. I have no idea, you know, that's just what I'm putting together right now. So, but I made some phone calls and I've got an appointment set up. So that's going to be in a couple days, and I'll go, we're going to try the day before the appointment to get down to the pavement and down into town so that the next day we can go go bring the van to the appointment on time. So just hanging out at camp, like kind of what the intention was in the first place, just kind of with this cloud of the van being an issue. But other than that, views are beautiful, weather's been great. Just eating dinner right now. I have cell signal. I've been doing a couple live streams, so you can go check those out if you want more in-the-minute updates. This video will probably come out at a later time and show more of like what happened, but if you have been following through the live streams, there's probably spoilers about what happens, but that's fine. It's just the life of what's going on right now. Kyle made a campfire for us tonight. It's one of the first nights I've had a campfire since August. Good morning, everyone. It's moving time. It's been a day, 2 days since I broke down. Filled it up with coolant yesterday morning, I think, or no, Saturday morning. Anyways, it's low again, and it's leaking in this area on the front. It's leaking on the passenger side. Based off of what everybody's been saying online, it's probably the hose is leaking and possibly the thermostat is stuck in the closed position to let it overheat. Combination of things, but it definitely did overheat. So we're gonna hope to not do that today, but definitely get off of this dirt road, because like I said before, no tow trucks are coming this way. I have the heater on and it's on low. So far so good. I don't know, maybe we're about halfway down the mountain and everything's going good. The gauge is looking good. I just pulled over so that Kyle could catch up with me, and I'm trying to stay in first and second gear and not press the accelerator as I go down, so kind of just coasting for the most part. But I am on an uphill stretch, so I'm letting the van rest, even though it doesn't show any signs that it needs to, and it's not actively leaking right now. So I'm feeling pretty good. We have made it down to the pavement, and so now we're gonna head the 12 miles into town on pavement with our hazards on so that I can get there. Okay, You ready?
Fucking ready. Ready.
We made it to the place where I'm gonna get some work done. So, but my appointment is tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Today is the morning that I'm going to pick up the van from the shop. We dropped it off early because we just asked the shop if we could leave it before the appointment, and they said it was okay. So they did all the work on it yesterday, and then it was getting so late in the day that Kyle and I went and found camp and just let them finish it up. But the last things they were doing, they were on the repair side, or the putting back together side, when I had last talked to them, and they said once they put it all back together, they were going to do a head gasket test, or a block test is what they said, to check to see if the engine got warped from it overheating. So the results of that test is what I don't know yet. Also, I have the general idea of the price tag, but I'm wondering if there's a little bit more that's going to be tacked on to the last number they gave me. Hey everyone. So I don't have good news. I was able to get my van down to the shop, and they were able to look at it yesterday. They couldn't, since I overheated, they wanted to do a block test, but they couldn't do the block test until they had fixed all the leaking coolant, wherever the coolant was leaking. The hose that was leaking was a very small one, a little elbow hose. I forget the name of it, but it was wrapped in plastic sheathing, so it wasn't super noticeable. But they did find that that was the leaking hose that probably caused, or it was the hose that cracked to cause the overheating. Unfortunately, one of the bad situations when a vehicle overheats is that, as you guys have said, the heads warp, crack, break, whatever. So my head gaskets are confirmed to be broken, because he did the block test, which is how he described like a turkey baster filled with purple liquid that they stick in on the top of the radiator, and they run the engine, and if that liquid turns green, then that means there's exhaust mixing in with the coolant, and the only way exhaust can get into the coolant is if there's a crack or a warp in the heads, allowing exhaust into the radiator. And last night when they were running it, it was running fine. They thought that I was good. This morning, the mechanic wanted to run my van one more time, and about 20 minutes after it had been idling, the radiator cracked. It's a new radiator, so it was the exhaust coming in through the top radiator hose and just elevated the temperature and cracked the radiator. So now I've got a slight crack at the bottom of the radiator. They advised that I put in bar stop leak instead of replacing the radiator, because it'll probably just happen again with the new one. The pressure from the exhaust will crack the new one. So putting in the stop leak will hopefully get me down the road. That's kind of where I'm at right now, is I need to get my head gaskets replaced, or I need to send Sherry to the junkyard, or sell her to someone who wants to fix her up, that finds more value in her than I can, or can afford her more than I can right now. I have talked to my dad, I've got Kyle with me, and I've got all of you guys. So I just wanted to let you know what has happened, where I'm at. It's really shitty. I mean, pardon my language, but I'm in that kind of a situation. It'll all be good. I still, I've been dwelling on it for the past couple hours since I found out, since I talked to the mechanic, but I know it'll be okay. I know I'll get through this and I'll be going into the next chapter of whatever happened. I may post some vlogs from last week before I had my overheating problem, so it may be a little confusing, but I want to let you know that I do have videos to show you the fun stuff that I've been doing. So I'll try and put a disclaimer in those videos in the comments that they were previous to the van overheating. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys for your help and support. It really means a lot to me.